Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It is the Conservative Coin Collector. Today's video is an update. A while back, I did a video on the oldest coins that I own. Since going to Tennessee and getting an even older coin, I'm going to have to make an update video on the oldest coins I own. I have a couple of reference coins for a timeline, and then I'm going to go back in time. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. To start, we're going to start with 1960D. This is Ben Franklin on the $half. It's actually in pretty decent shape, too. This is a very, very nice 1960D $half. Now, 1960 is going on 60 years ago. What was happening 60 years ago? Let's see. JFK had won the presidential election, and it was just before the Vietnam War. Cool bit of history. I have on 270 to win, and this is the historical 1960 election. There were three candidates: John F. Kennedy, Richard Nixon, and Harry Byrd, who was another Democrat. And Kennedy won, and I would say a landslide. He was the young and the first Catholic president. And he also did not want to go to Vietnam. My conspiracy theorist brain tells me a big reason he was assassinated is because the government wanted to go to the Vietnam War. He didn't. LBJ did. Yeah, you can fill in the blanks from there, but that's my conspiracy theorist brain going off. So to avoid digging myself an even deeper hole I can't get out of, I'll move on to my next coin. My next coin goes even back another 60 years to 1900. This is a 1900 Barber $half. It's another $half from 60 years prior. 1900. America didn't even have 50 states. This was before Alaska and Hawaii were ever states. And this was also before Arizona, Oklahoma, and New Mexico were states. William McKinley was president, and he was actually assassinated in my hometown of Buffalo in 1901. In 1900, the Indian head penny was also still a thing. Abraham Lincoln wasn't on the scent until 1909. This is 125 years ago. The oldest American coin that I have to show you is this Flying Eagle cent from 1857. This was the very first cent to be the size of the cent that we all know and love today. Pre the Flying Eagle, we had large cents that were the size of this $half. But to save money, the mint made the Flying Eagle cent the size that cents remained until their discontinuation this year. 1857, James Buchanan was president, and we only had 32 states. It was pre-Civil War. And then the Civil War happened, and then the North and the South divided. It was a bloody, horrible war. And this was the United States Civil War. There are still civil wars going on year-by-year basis in other countries, but ours happened in the 1860s. This cent was minted 2 years before Oregon became the 33rd state. Now we're getting old. 1669. This is a 1669 Kinsland farthing. America was founded in 1776. That is 107 years after this coin was minted. This coin is 63 years older than George Washington and 40 years older than Ben Franklin. This coin could be Benjamin Franklin's father when it comes to how old it is. Benjamin Franklin's father was 12 years old when this coin was minted. He was born in 1657. Another cool fact about when this coin was minted, this coin is 16 years older than Johann Sebastian Bach. So, very, very old. It is 356 years old. Dang. Moving on to the plastic clamshell coins, I have this coin. It's a Roman coin that has Constantine the Great. It's the Constantine the Great era of the Roman Empire, circa 330 AD. Constantine the Great is who brought Christianity to the Roman Empire. He turned it Christian. It's funny because the Romans are the one that wanted to crucify Jesus. It was the Romans and the Jews. A little history lesson. The Jewish people knew that the Messiah was going to come back one day, and they're still waiting for him because they didn't think that Jesus was their Messiah. They wanted like a warmonger, somebody who was going to take their land, kick some ass, and go out guns a-blazing. But Jesus came down, and he was peaceful. He was a peaceful teacher, and they did not want a peaceful teacher. But again, Jesus came down, and he was God with skin, and that's what Christians believe is he died on that cross, he arose 3 days later, and he is still sitting on the throne today. And that's what Constantine the Great believed 330 years after Christ had I think AD is BC is before Christ, so then AD is after he was born. So he would have been 330 by the time this coin was minted. Another interesting fact, Muhammad was born 600 years after Christ. And so this coin is over 300 years. Let's see. 600 minus 330 is, let's see. This coin is 270 years older than Muhammad. For those who are unaware, Muhammad is the Muslim version of what Jesus is to Christians. He is the founder of Islam, essentially. And I'm not gonna get into his history because it's a little darker and a lot more seedier. But that's not for this channel. It's for a different. It's for the history channel. Another cool fact about this coin, being it was minted circa 330 AD, this coin was minted 146 years before the fall of the Roman Empire, which was in 476 AD. And my last video, this is where it stopped. I have a coin that's even older than this. This coin here, it's an ancient Greek bronze coin. Granted, there is a huge timeline about from when this was minted, circa, but the newest it could have been was 30 years before this coin was minted. Circa 400 BC to 300 AD. That's a long time. That's hundreds and hundreds of years of time it could have been minted. But still, 300 AD or circa 330 AD, 30 years difference. And 400 BC, that's 400 years before Christ. 400 BC is Old Testament. The Old Testament ranges from roughly 2000 BC to 400 BC. So this is Old Testament, is potentially how old this is. To give an idea how long ago 400 BC is, I'll tell you about the oldest coin that we have ever discovered, the Lydian lion. That is from 600 BC. So there's only a 200-year gap in those years. And when it comes to history, 200 years isn't all that much time. In fact, next year, America turns 250. They say the Lydian lion is one of the earliest forms of currency, and it was minted in Sardis, Lydia, which is now modern-day Turkey. So, if the oldest coin is 600 BC, and that coin is circa the oldest it could be is 400 BC, that's about as old a coin as I'm going to get without breaking the bank. Because I decided to see how much a Lydian lion would cost, and that is a little out of my price range. Granted, it's 5% off, but I'm going to need to rack in some views to afford that. Which, at least for right now, it's going on the wish list, but I don't have it. That's going to be a coin I'm going to want to get myself one day, and hopefully, with the support of all of you, maybe that can happen. As always, I appreciate everyone who watches, likes, comments, and subscribes. It's an officially updated list. Those are the oldest coins that I own. Granted, 1960 is not that old when it comes to coins, or even humans. 60 years old is not that old anymore. I'm the conservative coin collector. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and hit the bell icon. And until next time, I'm signing off. So long, everybody.